Okay, so we're going to be making a change to a form using Postman. So this is a really good way to, if you, let's say you have a really complicated form and you want to make a change without really using the UI, you can actually use Postman with the JSON schema to make whatever changes you want and then post it back. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with one of these applications. I think probably a good one might just be the sales quote application. I think it has a form that is relatively long, not too long, but this opportunity form right here is a good one. So what I'm going to do is what I ended up doing is just created a new project. Typically, I also like to have an API key whenever I'm making changes with Postman, simply because that gives you the project ownership access. So I'm just going to do an add new key, and then I'm going to hit save settings. So once I have the key in place, as well as the form that I want to make a change to, so let's say this opportunity resource, let's say I need to go through and add a prefix to all of the API keys. Let's just say I need to do key underscore or something to all the keys. If I had to use the form builder to do that, in this particular form it wouldn't take very long, but some forms have hundreds of keys and it makes it more difficult. First and foremost, I'll click on API. There you'll see we actually have our form endpoint. What I'm going to do is copy this endpoint. I'm then going to open up Postman, and then from Postman I'm going to do a GET request, and I'm going to request that particular form. And as you can see, here's the JSON schema for this form. What I'm going to do just to verify that I can make a change is I'm going to do click down here. I'm going to do a select all. And then I'm going to do copy. And I'm going to change this to a put request. Once I change this to a put request, I'm going to go over to body. I'm going to click on raw, and I'm going to do paste. This will basically paste the exact same thing back to the form. And then I need to make sure I click on text and change that to application JSON. And then in order to update this form, I am going to have to provide my API key. So I'm going to click on headers. Under one of the keys, I'm going to do X token. That's how you provide a API key. I'm going to go and copy my API key, which I see right there, and I'm going to do that. And at this point, just to make sure that I can update this, I'm just going to call this opportunity 2 for the title here. Oh, I need to go up to body, and you'll see I've got a title here. I'm just going to say opportunity 2. And I'm going to hit send, and that should change the title of the form, which you can see right there it does. If I went back to my form and looked at my resources, you'll see it's been changed to opportunity 2. What's great about this is now I have the ability to make big changes to the form in its entirety using just search and replace. I can copy this JSON schema, open up a text editor, and at that point I can do a search for anything that's underscore key, and let's say I want to replace it with key underscore, and what that's going to essentially do is add a underscore to each one. So let me just do a few of these. So there's a key quote type, and just make sure that that's actually doing it the way I want it to. Yes, so key underscore. Now I'm adding a prefix. Let me just do replace all on that. So now every single one of these should have key underscore. Now I'm just going to copy this, take it back to Postman, paste over this body, and hit send. Now if I refresh my form over here, you will see that I have every single key. Well, it got rid of the underscore, but you can see just because underscore isn't allowed in the key name. But I was able to essentially, and this did it because I did replace all, but this essentially shows you that now this form has modified keys based on the schema that I copied and pasted, and I used the wonderful tool called Postman to do that very quickly without even using the form builder. That's it, and thanks, and have fun.